Welcome to Relatable Wisdom, the podcast where real people share timeless ideas. I'm your host, Wisdom Okonkwo, and in every episode we dive into the philosophies, quotes, points, and life lessons that shape how we live, think, and grow. No matter where you are in life, this show is here to remind you wisdom is everywhere, and it's always relatable most of the times. Okay. Tell us your name and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Michael Leung. I'm the CEO, founder of the Flow Group, and it's an assistive hearing company.
Okay. Thank you so much, Michael, for being on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
What's the quote? I know you have a lot, but what's the one you want to share with us today?
Yeah, I would say, in life you're gonna come about a lot of struggles, obstacles, and defeat. So just never give up, because I think I'm the poster boy of that, the underdog stories. So I feel like the audience would resonate with my story, right?
I want us to start from not I won't say the very beginning, but what would be the very first story, or experience or event in your life, that kind of made these quotes feel contextualized?
Yeah, so I immigrated to Canada with my family when I was 6, and we're fleeing the communist China, right? Worried it's going to take over. So my family, we gave up a lot to fly to Canada. None of us spoke English, right? And
Yeah.
my parents had to work really like hard jobs. In Hong Kong, they were living pretty well, but we had to give up a lot to move to Canada for, my family wanted us to have the best education and safety, right? So we came to Canada, and I couldn't speak very much English, but I had the happiest times in my childhood during my elementary days in junior high, because luckily my friends accepted me. I was looking different, I dressed different, acted different. People could have bullied me, but I don't remember getting bullied during those times. So I always remember my childhood was pretty good. But things got worse when my mom passed away. So when my mom passed
Oh,
away of cancer, I was only
so
12
sorry to
years
hear
old.
that.
Yeah, she died of cancer, and she had a bone cancer, and then went to her lungs, right? So then she lost a lot of weight. She was like bones, just all frailed. I watched her, die, pretty much, gasping for her last breath, and she couldn't remember us anymore. And her hair's falling off. It was terrible, and no child should have to witness that, especially at that age, right? So my mom was a loving, nurturing mom. My dad was not the nurturing. He was more, he was not as present as my mom. So my mom would walk me to school and just, hug, kissing kind of mom. And Asian parents don't do that very much, but she did that for us. So when she died, a big part of me died. And
Yeah.
we were baptized. We were kind of forced into being Catholics. At least I was, and I didn't really want to, and I was kind of forced to do it because at that time we're trying to pray and hope that my mom gets cured, right, miraculously, right? But my faith went down the hill too after that, because I was praying every day to God, cure my mom, and nothing happened, and she, died horribly. And then now I went from a straight A student to fighting at school, and then I like fought in grade 9. So grade 9, I fought in school, and then the whole school came out and watched the fight. I got beat up, but I never gave up, But the guy, said mother effer, stuff like that, and I got mad, and we started fighting. And after that, I went to high school and just like started not going to school, and just like doing bad in school, and then just fighting all the time, and then I got expelled, and like went to juvie for a little bit too. So it taught me. It didn't teach me anything back then. It teaches me something now when I think about it, when I reflect. But back
Yeah.
then, I just kept getting worse and worse all the way till probably my 20s and 30s, and just partying and drinking, and girls, and getting to fights. It was just always fighting. Yeah, that was my growing up phase. It was a lot of
Yeah.
bad friends, toxic friends, leading me to make bad decisions in investments. So I almost lost like a lot of my money through bad investments, because your friends are like saying, "Hey, this is a good investment." You don't research it. So I say you should always research and really do your due diligence. Make sure you really know your investment before you invest into it, right? So yeah.
Yeah. What was I'm curious to know, what was the turning point? Was there a turning point, right? And what was it for you?
Yeah, there's a bunch of turning points, but there's also a lot of rock bottoms. The main one is probably my ex-girlfriend. We broke up last year, but we've dated for 12 years, right?
Oh
So
wow,
what,
that's
yeah,
okay.
so she was the best girl I ever had. Well, we grew apart at the end, but she was supportive. Since day one, we're 12 years different. So when I dated her, I was 31, she was 19. So big gap, right? And
Yeah,
she was mature, more mature than me at the age of 19. She saw I was partying and drinking all the time and just like destroying my life, and she just told me like I have so much more talent, so much more to give. Stop wasting your life away. And I started to listen. I didn't fight anymore. Like she's like, stop getting in trouble, stop listening to your friends. Yeah, we just started traveling a lot more, and we just started to distance ourselves from other people and just focus on ourselves. Traveling is the best. So we traveled 35 countries, and we've seen, places from Iceland, Morocco, Croatia, lots of cool places, and that's the best I think moments you can have in your life is to create memories, good lasting memories, right? So for me and her, even though we're not together anymore, we're still very good friends. There's a lot of couples that break up and they hate each other. So we were a part of each other's life for so long. So no matter what, she's always supportive of me. I want someone to take care of her and love her, and she wants the same for me. So it's not like, we're
yeah,
sometimes you have to move on, right? Yeah. So she was
yeah,
the best.
yeah,
She was the best thing in my life. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so that was like that was about 12 years ago. That was like a major turning point.
We've been together for
And
12 years, yeah, but we broke up last year. So yeah.
yeah, okay, that's that. Okay, so you guys just call it 13 years. So that's like a major turning point for you to like, oh yeah, if I continue going this path, you're not going to like where you eventually end up. So I might as well change direction.
Yeah, you gotta listen to your woman. That's the best. Right?
Yeah. I'm curious. You at the very beginning you mentioned the name of your company. I'm looking at your shirt now, and it sounds exactly like what you mentioned. Is that
The
your
flow
company
group?
shirt?
The flow
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
What in the timeline of things, when did you start that?
I started about almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
We I just thought of the name like like flow because I wanted something had to do with audio or music, right? So rhythm and flow. So we took flow and took off the W and made it hip, like very
Yeah.
trendy. So the flow group, and my product is called Flow True Balance, right? So it's basically a bone conduction headphone. So it looks like this, right? Lots of these out there, but none of them have the special amplification added in. So that's the special. So you can listen to music, talk on the phone, you can watch TV, you can do all that. So now there's amplification. You use it for social interactions. So anyone that has mild, moderate to even severe hearing loss, you put it over your head and you mount it and it sits securely in front of your ears. So it's in front of your ears. The open ear design allows you to have awareness of your surroundings, right? Because if you
Yeah.
wear this over your ears, you can't hear all the awareness, right? And there's
Yeah.
no direct pressure, there's no direct damage. So it's very comfortable to wear. On top of
Yeah.
that, the amplification now it aids hearing, so people can use it to socially engage and in small groups, big groups, and it almost replaces a hearing aid. So for only $300, $300, I have two different brands, right? I'm launching one in next month, and that one is it's so advanced that people say it's better than hearing aids. So
Wow.
it could transcend the hearing industry, right? So yeah, it's going great. I got pre-orders coming in, and it's something completely different because people have a new option. They don't have to pick hearing aids. So what I noticed, a lot of people are low income. Low income cannot afford expensive $8,000 hearing aids. So now you got something for $300, so it's affordable. So now you can use it. And hearing is so important, and sight is so important. So this product also helps people navigate if you're blind. So I'm partially blind. I could get into that too. So people that are they're born blind or they're severely blind. Now your sight is diminished, but your hearing is now enhanced. So they can use it to navigate. They can hear the footsteps. They can hear the doors closing from a distance. So this is almost like spidey sense, So it gives them that extra heightened
Yeah.
sense. So
Yeah.
you got the blind community, you got the deaf community, and labor workers, children with autism. So this goes and dementia, and work with people with dementia too, right? So the market is so broad and it's so much demand. So that's why this is a great product to be doing, right? And we patented, we
Yeah.
trademarked it. Yeah.
Yeah, I want us to step back a bit, right? Where did the inspiration for you to start the business come from? And you mentioned that you're blind in one eye. Where was it? How do I explain that? Before you started the business, was it before you started the business, or
Yeah, way
was it?
before. Yeah, yeah.
So it did it influence your decision to start this kind of business? I mean, there are a
Not
lot
the
of business
time.
people have done.
Yeah, no, it's so about 11 years ago. So 1 year after I dated Grace, I had a retinal detachment. So I woke up and I had a black curtain on my eye. So yeah, I was blind, right? So I didn't know what it was. Went to the doctor, went to the hospital. They said, you need to do surgery, emergency surgery in 48 hours. You're gonna go blind for, permanently, right? So I'm gonna lose my eye. So then I got surgery. I slept facing down for 4 months because they put a bubble in your eye, inject it, and it has to press the retina back up, right? So I didn't know anything about this stuff. And after 4 months, because when you do a surgery in your eye, you start developing cloudiness, which is cataract, right? So I got two cataract surgeries. So pretty much, uh, if you wear contact lenses, you don't need to wear them anymore because they surgically put it in your eyes now, right? So that's good. You just don't have to wear contacts anymore. But only seniors really do those kind of surgeries, right? So I would see a lot of seniors when I go in. I'm probably the youngest person they've seen there, right? And they would ask me, "Did you get punched in the eye in an MMA fight or
Yeah,
something?" I was like, "No, no, I didn't. It just happened, right?" And as time went by, my ex started noticing I was very clumsy. So I would like trip off, I would leap off 2 steps of stairs. I would shoulder check people. My night vision was almost gone on one side too. So I would go to restaurants. If it's very dark, I can't find my way back to the table. It was like really like scary. So people thought I was like going crazy or something, right? So I went to get checked and they told me I have something called retinitis pigmentosa and it's called RP. So it's a genetic mutation in my eye. So I've lost all my peripheral, hence why I trip because I can't see my feet. I can't see the left side, so I keep shoulder checking people. So I can only see tunnel vision on this side, right? So I can't see everything or else. So it was hard adjustment because this side I can see everything and this side I can't. So it was like kind of like it made it unbalanced, right? But I can still drive because in Canada you can drive with one eye. If you have a good one eye, you can still drive. So I can still drive, but I'm very careful. And so after that, I'm an entrepreneur. Like I do stocks, I do real estate stuff. I always, because of my eye condition, I wanted to do something that I can work, at home, so I can work remote, right? Because if I can't drive anymore, I need to have something I can sell, right?
yeah,
So my family has factories in Asia, and together we start pondering ideas. I wanted something like an earbud at first, but so many earbuds out there. Then she told me, "How about these bone conduction headphones, right? And it's open ear." So I'm like, "I like that. I like the open ear design, right?" And this is still pretty fresh, because Shocks is a big brand, but I noticed that no one has an amplification. Everyone else just listens to music while they jog and they ride their bikes. They can listen to music. They can, stream and listen to music. That's it. And talk on the phone. That's all you can do with those ones. Because the
yeah,
amplification, that's the bread and butter, right? So that's what we patent. That's what we trademark because now you use it for everything. Plus, you can talk to people like a new hearing. It's like a hearing aid, but it's not a hearing aid. It's an assistive hearing
yeah,
device. Yeah. So that extra feature now you can do everything plus more. So yeah. So it gives people confidence, right? People that feel isolated, seniors, children, they feel isolated because they can't hear a conversation. Now they wear this, they can feel included, right? Yeah. So it's a great feeling too for people, all right?
yeah, yeah. Um, um, uh, your story is quite inspiring. That out of a problem you decide to say, okay, yeah, I do have a problem. Let me find a way to create a solution for people that might have this kind of problem out there. Let's take a quick pause. If you're enjoying this conversation and want more thought-provoking ideas straight to your inbox, join the Relatable Wisdom email list. It's free, quick, and filled with bite-sized insights, inspiring quotes, and behind-the-scenes reflections from our guests. Just head to relatablewisdom.com/join. That is relatablewisdom.com/join, or tap the link in the show notes. And hey, subscribing to the podcast helps more than you think, and it's free. So if you haven't already, hit that follow button wherever you're listening. All right, let's get back to the conversation.
Yeah, it's the best is to have a product that you can have people resonate with you. That's the best way of selling something because if you they don't look at me as a salesperson. They look at me as someone that resonates with them. I understand how they feel because they also have, blindness or they have deafness, right? So I can't fully understand everything because seniors they have it hard because I feel bad because they have their whole body pretty much,
Yeah.
depreciating, right? So and a lot of them are very, they feel sad that, they're in that condition and like their family's not spending time with them. So anything that can increase accessibility or help people with disability, help heightened, enhanced sound clarity is something that's socially impactful, right? So that's why I'm doing Dragon's Den next year and auditioning for Dragon's Den, and I finished Legacy Makers too. Legacy Makers is
The one you mentioned before is what's that? Can you say it slowly so that's
Dragon's Den, yeah. So Dragon's Den, it's
oh, Dragon's Den. Oh. You
yeah,
said it so fast. I was
I
like,
know, I
well,
know.
what's he saying?
They have it worldwide, but everyone has their own name. But most of them
Oh,
have
okay.
have Dragon's Den. Like Australia has one, UK, Ireland, like US is Shark Tank, right? Yeah.
Yeah, check that. Yeah.
So the one I'm doing Legacy Makers has ties to Shark Tank. So yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
that's
yeah,
the one
that
I finished recording already. So yeah, I did a couple of TV shows already. So
yeah, that
it's gonna
I'm
be
rooting for you, man.
yeah. Sorry?
I'm rooting for you. I said I'm rooting for you,
Thank
man.
you. Thanks, man.
Yeah, let me
Yeah, thank you. I'll let you know when it's on, man. Yeah.
please do. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've talked about we've touched tidbits of the story of your life. I'm curious to know, right? In terms of never giving up, right? In terms of the company, it's about 2 years old now. What would
2 years
be
old,
it?
2 years old, yeah,
Yeah,
2 years
okay.
old, yeah. Yeah.
What would be the specific thing or a specific events that happened in terms of the 2 years in business that that you just had to keep on going despite all
So
for the business?
what drives me to keep going, you mean? Or like what my
Uh,
like my
has there
vision?
been something that's felt like that was a challenge that felt like, oh,
Oh,
just
okay.
give up, like, yeah, just quit,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
stop this thing, yeah.
No, for me, like I have ADHD. So when you have ADHD, you tend to when you focus on something and you really like something and you're passionate about something, you're full force going on to it, right? But if you don't like something, you're totally bored and you like for me it's like I can't read a book. I can't read one sentence and I get bored and I just read it over and over again. But I'm very smart because I can visually and audio like if I listen to something and look at something over and over again, I memorize it very fast, right?
Yeah,
So for me is I'm obsessed with success to make this successful, right? That's why I got all these opportunities that I don't think anyone else would be able to just do that because I put myself out there to like get myself on magazines, to go on TV shows. And it's not like they accept you right away. You got to go through second interview, third interview.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they like my story. They like this entrepreneur that isn't giving up and wants to see the global reach that people all over the world can have this. Even Nigeria, people can pick up one of these in a Walmart or a store, a retail store, and they can pick it up. They don't need an audio test because a lot of people get the test done and they still don't like their hearing aids. A lot of people
yeah,
buy hearing aids, they don't fit, they don't work properly, they lose it, cost $8,000. You can wear this, it never falls off your head. It's so securely fit and it's water resistant, everything, right? So this is gonna be the new trend, and I feel like I have something going, and it's something that um because I see how it affects people in a positive way, and that drives me every day. And I know that you need to ride with this, right? Like, I need to see this to
yeah,
the end. This is just the start of it. This is just
yeah,
barely even touching like I have so much
yeah,
more to do. So it drives me. I never wanted to give up, man. Yeah, because I have so many
yeah.
people to help. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're at a point where the love for the thing you're doing is so big that even though some hates come up, people reject you, people say nonsense and all those things, right? It's the life of an entrepreneur. Like, it's people will say stuff, right? That
Yeah.
even if all those things, because of the love is just higher, it doesn't really matter, right?
You
It
have
doesn't
to you
get
have
to
to
the point.
fail. You have to fail to succeed. I failed so many times, like my previous. I lost money in stocks, I lost money in real estate, uh, hundreds of thousands of dollars, just lost and you can never get it back. But easily I could have gave up, like I don't want to do anything anymore, just sit back and I don't want to invest and risk take. But luckily my first product is this, and some people it takes their second, third, fourth product, right? And some people want to give up. And for me, it's like I like to build my brand I like to give a personal, it's more personal when you build your brand outside of Amazon because a lot of people throw their brand in Amazon and it can kill your brand, you know? Because,
Yeah, yeah,
you know, the competition come and write some bad reviews and there goes your brand, right? For me is I want
yeah,
to build it externally and I never want to do Amazon. That's what makes my brand unique and has a purpose and people see the purpose and they see and I build a lot of trust within the senior community, you know. Seniors are the toughest people to sell because they
yeah,
get ripped off a lot and they get tricked.
yeah,
So for them to welcome me with open arms, like you need to ride with this, you know, and open up all these different avenues, right? Now you got children, you got blind people, I got indigenous community. They all want to work together because they see this
yeah.
how affordable this is and it can change so much with such it's a very good investment, obviously. So yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. You mentioned and we talked about the Flow Group. Where can people learn more about this company and also connect with you, and just see what the amazing things you're doing while you're building um this vision?
Yeah, so my website is www.theinnerflow.com. So flow without the W. So THEINNERFLO.com. And through there you can see the technology, you see the key contents there. Technology features, benefits. There's online shopping. I open up 100 new countries for fulfillment,
Wow.
right? So people can start buying them and I can ship them off, right? And then once the TV show starts happening and more podcasts and more advertising, and I have my new product, Flow True Balance 2.0. That version is coming out and I already have pre-orders. It's a advanced version of my first one, so now it's got dual volume, so you can change the volume on both sides because some people have one side that's more depth than the other, right? So you can change one higher and one lower. You got the environmental aspects, so you can use it inside or outside or vocal, so you can change the setting of where you're at, right? So it can because sounds change indoor outdoor, so it actually alters and adjusts to the environment, right? And then, of course, the amplification, the amplification itself, people use it for social interaction, social engagement for any age. Children, labor workers. Labor workers are a very good group because they get damaged through, loud equipment or people
Yeah,
that go to raves, right? They go by a speaker and blow out their eardrums. This works
yeah,
great because the bone conduction, the sound vibrations actually travel directly to the good ear through sound vibrations, right? So it's the healthiest way of hearing. This is going to be in the market eventually, hopefully in Walmart, Best Buy, globally, retail stores, and Instagram. If you have Instagram, it's at the Flow Group. The Flow Group, and you can go check out any announcements, any events, and any collaborations, milestones. Everything's going to be on there too. So yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mike. It's been an absolute delight to just listen to your story, and I know my our listeners will get value from this episode. Thank you so much. I'll drop the link you just mentioned in the description and in the show notes, so people can just click and go directly to the site. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
You've been listening to Relatable Wisdom, and I've been your host, Wisdom Okonkwo. You've been listening to the podcast where every story, quote, and insight helps you see life a little differently. If you enjoyed today's episode, follow the show on your favorite podcast app and share it with someone who loved the conversation. For more inspiring voices and timeless wisdom, visit relatablewisdom.com. Until next time, keep living, learning, and collecting wisdom that matters most to you.